which is going to help you get another very key item even faster early in the game. So for the sake of brevity, I'm going to sprint past all the enemies and only pick up absolutely essential items. So there's only going to be 2 enemies that you need to kill with this dual sword starting mercenary build. Let's get this very key item right here, the Ashen Estus Flask. So the way this game works is Estus Flasks heal your overall health, and the Ashen Estus Flask heals FP, which is the blue bar. There are no more like spells and special abilities with weapons both use that blue bar. There's no, like fireballs. You used to be able to get like 10 casts every time you went to a bonfire, and then you could use some items to regenerate how many casts you got. But that's no longer the case in Dark Souls 3. And you can also, once we get to Firelink Shrine, choose how many, you have... Right now, we have 4 total Estus Flasks, and we can choose to have them all be 4 Ashen or 4 normal Estus. And then as you get more Estus Flask shards, as you get further and further into the game, I think there's 15 total, actually, then you can have all 15 be healing or all 15 be Ashen. So anyway, this is the first boss of the game. This is the only guy, there's 2 enemies we're going to have to kill with these twin daggers, twin blades. So I'm killing as quickly as I possibly can. Now I'm playing version 1.0 right now, so if it looks like I'm killing this guy very quickly, it's because I'm playing the unpatched version. It's a long story that I really don't want to get into right now about the difference between version 1.1 and version 1.0 and why I've spent nearly $200 American dollars on the Japanese store to get this game early twice. Alright, so after you get him to about a third health left, he's going to do this weird transformation and go to this almost Resident Evil looking alien thing. Just keep chopping away at him, and he's dead. Ludwig Skunder, first boss of the game, is dead. And unfortunately, you're not going to get a boss soul from him. You're going to get this coiled sword, which is going to let you use the first bonfire, or create the Firelink Shrine bonfire in just a minute. So rest there to activate it and get your Estus back. Now we're going to sprint to the Firelink Shrine and then shortly after that, get the Uchigatana. As for the first points you're going to spend, souls, for the first levels you want to get, don't spend any souls initially on leveling up. You're going to want to save the first 20,000 souls you can to buy a very important item, a very important key from a merchant here in Firelink Shrine that is going to get you a covetous silver serpent ring and an Estus Flask shard and a couple other items that are very nice to have. So this is the new Firekeeper. She's going to be your level up lady, the Emerald Herald, you may say, because she's not wearing green. So now we created our own bonfire here in Firelink. And just for future reference, and I'm going to show where all those great items are that you can get with this key here, this merchant, and this tower key for 20,000 souls. That is the first item you want to spend. So now we created our own bonfire. We'll show that here in Firelink. So for the moment, let's focus. And just for future reference, and I'm going to show where all those great items are that you can get with this key here, this merchant. Kind of confusing. And this tower key for 20,000 souls, that is the first item you want to spend. So now we created our own bonfire. We'll show that here in Firelink. So for the moment, let's focus. And just for future reference, this game, like over Bloodborne or the previous Dark Souls games, for example, is that when you teleport, or if you die, actually, which is what just happened, the doors are grayed out. Those aren't actually fog doors leading to a boss. That's just a loading screen, basically preventing you from leaving. So hang a right after you leave and go back out of the entrance that you came through just a minute ago. Or if you're facing that front door, that front entrance, go to the left and make your way around the outside of the Firelink Shrine. And then up at the top of these stairs here, you can see my blood stain from where this bitch killed me before. And this is a surprisingly difficult enemy encounter for early in the game. She's got a ton of health and she does a ton of damage. And I would be very, very careful. She's also very good at parrying your attacks. So I haven't figured out a way to like get her to jump off the map or anything like that, but I would really, really love to be able to figure out a way to do that. Maybe I can knock her off now. I knocked her off. Okay. I just got 2,000 souls for killing her. And I believe that when I go back to the Firelink Shrine and come back, that the katana is going to be there just waiting for me. Firelink. Whew, I got very lucky there. There's a lot of cliffs there, and if you can get her back up against the cliffs and just keep chopping away at her, she'll just keep knocking right back. She doesn't really have a lot of poise. So there's the Uchi Katana. So I'm going to equip that now. I'm going to unequip the wooden shield.